Today I'm going to show you a lesson on transferring a drawing to scratch art paper. So I have a drawing of an underwater scene right here, and underneath it I have the scratch art paper. This paper, you scratch away the black and there's rainbow underneath. So I'm going to take my drawing and line it up as best that I can and take a piece of masking tape to make a hinge on the top. So I'm going to take this masking tape here and fold that over. So now I can draw on the top and move it, and my drawing won't be moving all around. So to get started, you'll take a pen. The pen doesn't even need to work. It doesn't have to have ink coming out of it. It just would need to be able to put the pressure down into your paper well enough for you to be able to see it. So I'm just going to start with the shark here and go right over his mouth, adding in some teeth. And I'm going to carefully trace around him really hard. I'm just pushing down hard here. And it doesn't matter if the pen's showing up or not, just like I said. I'm pushing down. Once I get all the way around the shark, be able to show what it looks like underneath on the scratch art paper. So I have the hinge so that I can move it. And then when I put my drawing back, it'll be right in the perfect place. So I've almost completed going over all of the lines in my shark. And once I have done that, I'm going to carefully move it up, keeping the hinge there. And I can see the shark. I can see the pressure here now where I made the shark. So I'm going to take a scratching pen. Well, it's not a scratching pen, sorry. It's a scoring stick, what we use at the Clay Center. And I'm just carefully going along those lines. And as I'm doing that, my shark is starting to appear. And then I can go and I can use the scoring stick to add, I forgot his fin when I traced. Oh, there it is, okay. So now I'm going to do his gill openings, and maybe in his tail I want it to be a little bit more colorful. So I'm just going to kind of scratch just a little bit here. And then I am ready to leave him like that. And so then I could move on to the next animal or next part that I wanted to. If I wanted to do the coral here, I can make my outlines over it with my pen. I don't have to do all those little circle details with my pen because I can do those with the scoring stick. So I open it up. There's that oval. And now I'm going to scratch this in so I can see those ovals, and now I'm going to just kind of freehand the little circles to give that coral some texture. And so I would just keep on working on my underwater scene step by step. You can scratch or go over the whole thing with a pen and then flip it and scratch the whole thing at one time. So I've been working really hard on going over all of the different creatures and the sand and the treasure box with my pen. So now I'm going to lift it up and I can see it underneath here. And so I'm going to take the scoring stick now and keep on working on scratching off the parts that I want to be colorful. So if the inside, this is the top of the inside of my treasure chest, so I might want that part to be colored in, and maybe this part right here. Now I'm going to outline the box. And then right here's a little keyhole, so I'll scratch that in. And now I want to put in the coins, so I'm just going to kind of put those in myself. I didn't redraw all those. Here comes the necklace, something that might be floating out. And I have one come down here. I'm going to draw in the sand just so I kind of know where the bottom is. So I'm just going over the lines. I can already see because I traced over them with my pen on the top sheet. Okay. And then if I want to, I can kind of scrape away to give that sand like a texture and make it more colorful where I might not have any of the underwater sea creatures. Some of my students were worrying about not finishing here, so I was letting them know that if they took this home and they weren't finished, they could just use something simple like you saw me just grab, which was a toothpick. And a toothpick, as you can see, works just as well for scratching away the scratch art paper. Another thing you could use is maybe a paper clip, and you could use that and use the end of it. So I'm just going to keep on working on scratching away the parts that I want to be colorful and leaving the parts that I want to be black, black. It's hard to see on the video all of the different colors. This is an art lesson on transferring a drawing to rainbow art paper.